Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's making a great night, folks. To begin a great relationship, know what you want. Know what the needs of your body are, what the needs of your mind are, and what fits well with you. There are millions of men and women. Some of them will be a good match for you, and others won't. The two of you only need to be key, like a key in a lock, a match that works. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 65, Nasdaq up 23, S&P's up 10, gold contract down $4.50, trading at $11.73 even. Silver down 20 cents at $17.07 an ounce. Platinum flat at $9.39 an ounce. You get copper down $0.015 at $2.61 a pound. Light sweet crude up $1, $50.84 a barrel. Notes, the 10-year note down 11 ticks, 124.15. 30-year bond off a full point plus 12 ticks, 149.26. King dollar up 842 ticks, traded at $101.11. The euro is at 106, and the yen is trading at 113.99. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? You can look at the SPY. You're at a higher high, 90 million shares. Cash S&P also at a higher high. Bottom line, volume out here, 985 million. But guess what? You can go higher. We all know that. Dow Industrials. What do you have with the Dow Industrials? Dow Industrials also at an all-time high, up 65 bucks. You're at 19,614. You've hit 19,664 today. Nasdaq Composite. Let's take a look at the composite because I believe the composite now has a high too. Composite right now is at 54.17, and I believe that just does it. Yeah. Okay. So it's a high and a closing high, both. 54. The last high was 54.03, and right now you're at a high. That's the bottom line. NDX 100. Now the NDX bottom line, folks, still hasn't been able to get the high, but guess what? It has a few more days to go after it. We are at 48.59. The NDX high is at 49.11. So the tech stocks are having a hard time holding anything, which is unusual. That's how it is. Russell 2000. Russell 2000 is also at a high. Russell 2000 went topside big, up 21 bucks. You're at 1386, and you're talking about a run. So November 4th, the Russell was 1156. You're talking about what that's 220 points in all of a month. Gold contract. What do we have with gold? Gold contract today had a spread out here from 1170 to 1180. You did 142,000 contracts. Bottom line, gold needs a sign of strength. It's rejected lower price, but we need a sign of strength. What was intriguing out here today inside the metal market, inside the gold market, is that this flattened out. There were no buyers, no sellers after the initial announcement that the European Central Bank was going to extend their QE buying, but then they were going to reduce the amount from 80 billion euros to 60 billion a month, so they could extend it. It was so intriguing, though. It's very unusual that you don't get movement inside the gold market. We didn't. Bottom line, it got down to like the 1171, 1172, and just basically stayed there all day long. Notes. We go take a look at the notes. Notes and bonds, folks, look to me like they're going to try to get off the lows. Nice setup today. This is what it did. We traded into the December 1st. Yeah, December 1st. So December 1st, notes and bonds made a low. The notes made a low of 123.19. You had done 1.89 million contracts. So today we got down to 124.06. You did 1.3 million contracts, and guess what? It just rejected lower price. That's the first part. Now, the second part is really intriguing, and this is what it is. So the high of the low, we talk about this quite a bit. It was going into the high of the low. It rejected it. And it's right at the high, which is 124.14. So we'll see whether they can get any juice out in there tomorrow. The silver contract, the 30-year contract. 30-year bond contract got down to 149.07 today. We did 293,000 contracts. That was going into 400,000 contracts. And we closed out at 149.11. Now, the 30-year has to get, first off, above the 151. It's closer to get inside its higher range than the 10, because the higher range in the 30 is 155.13. King dollar. What do we have with King dollar? Volatility, all of the above. King dollar rejected lower price, got back inside the 100.600 mark. We traded down to 99.49 today. You broke the swing point from the 5th, and you broke it with some velocity. But bottom line, guess what? You're back inside the 100.600, and what that level is that's where we broke out from. If we do take a look at this is where this is going to get intriguing on a weekly also, is that on the weekly what you're going to have is that you're going to have a high volume downdraft going into the week of the 18th. And I do expect what you're going to see is that you're going to see that baby at least get tested. So you can expect that what we're going to see out here is that we're going to continue to see high volatility inside these currency markets in a big way, too. If we go over a couple of the gambling, let's go to the XAU and the HUI first. XAU, bottom line, flat market out here today, $82.52. Now, the XAU is inside its higher range. As soon as it came inside the $80.08, guess what? That's building cause to get up to 92.36. That's the XAU. Gold Bugs Index has a lot more work to do. Gold Bugs Index, it closed up 62 cents. Excuse me. That index there, off the lows, but that has to get back inside 195.61 in order to get in the larger trading range. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there. We're coming right back, folks. Dow Industrials finished up 65. NASDAQ up 23. S&P's up 11. We're going to be right back, folks.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
I'll finish up 65, NASDAQ up 23, S&P's up 10.5. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Basil Chapman. And don't forget, folks, every trading day right here from 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time, Basil's got a great show. You can get it right on your cell phone. Go to TFNN.com, hit Tiger TV. This past Tuesday night, he started a great course. That course, folks, okay, simple technical tools to analyze charts, a 3-part course by our man, Mr. Basil Chapman. No, a 3-part course on the Chapman wave by our man, Mr. Basil Chapman. The first course was December 6th. The next one coming up is December 20th, 6 to 7:30. The next one is January 10th, 6 to 7:30. Now, this is all archived, folks. You can still take advantage of this. It's a great deal. You get the full course. You're going to get Basil's newsletter for a full month, and it's only $295. If you happen to be a subscriber, you get a $100 discount. So check it out on the front page of TFNN.com. Basil Chapman, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Doing great, man. Yourself?
Very well, thank you.
Cool, man. So what are we going to look at?
Well, we started off the webinar, and it was really just the core issues. We'll go through some of them in a moment. Let me just show you this for the openers.
Okay.
This is the look of the Chapman Wave buy mode. And what we look for is we try to identify the lowest, most obvious low bar and merely count each successively higher peak.
Yeah.
When you get to the fourth highest peak, we alphabetize them. So it goes peak A, highest, the next one is B. Higher than that goes to a C, and then you get to a D. When you get to a D, other things can happen. That's really the rule. And I worked everyone through the different phases. It was really very exciting, and of course it's archived. So if anyone's interested in it, you won't miss anything because you'll have a good week and a half or more to be able to catch up. And by December the 20th, we'll be going into the technicals where I add, like I've done here on the Dow, the MACD, the moving average, convergence, divergence, the slow stochastic, moving averages, etc. But
yes,
we looked at patterns. And one of the patterns I discussed is in the Dow, I had spoken to you and I said, you always talk about a straight line move. So this is a straight line move. Even though there's some peaks, basically it just went straight up.
Yep.
The Dow went from the June 27th low of 17,063, all the way to 18,622 in just a matter of about 12 days. And then it stalled and it pulled back. So the pattern that I started looking at while we were in the middle of this was a pattern that I said looks very much like a pattern I've often spoken to you about called the Stalk Leg Formation. This is the cousin. This is the daredevil cousin. And it really basically has the leg that goes up, and then it goes sideways for a long time. And I always say that a rectangle formation can last a lot longer than your patience. And this is what happened. Remember the Dow going into the election just traded in a narrow band, and that's what we looked at. And then what happens in this particular pattern, it just breaks out, and you could get a one-to-one extension to the upside. So we were fortunate. We were able to go long the Dow halfway through this extension. We are still long. And now it's gone more than the one-to-one to the upside. Now I have to make a decision. Is this a peak F in the Chapman wave? That's where you've got to be really cautious. Or is it a B? Because that's really exciting. Well, I spoke to you about that D. At D, other things can happen. And right there, on the 11th of November at 19,225, we made a D. So I've got that circled in yellow, and that could be an instant restart, which suggests we could still go another 2 peaks higher. Tomorrow's going to be really important. And one of the reasons why it's important is because in the 120-minute chart, we made a peak D. Remember, I just said peak D is where other things can happen.
Okay.
So for subscribers, tonight I'll be doing a whole report based on what I'm looking at there. But what is really interesting is that we're also long the IWM, which is the Russell 2000. We're actually long the TNA, which is the 300%. We've got a position there. And that is up. That is up about, from when we got in, it's about 17% higher. But look what, let me just go to the IWM. That's only in leg C. So that says that there should be a pullback so we can get a peak B, a peak C, and then a leg D, and that's where we've got to be careful. And the weekly charts are still extending. So this is really a very positive moment in the market. And I would not be surprised if a lot of people just haven't been able to get on board. It was so quick and everyone was waiting for a pullback. A lot of people took money off. I'm not sure if all that money, although yesterday was in a sense a kind of a squeeze day, but there seemed to me to be a lot of buying as well. We're along General Electric. General Electric had a very nice day yesterday. There it is. It's in a leg E. It's holding very well. So what we did in the webinar is we did just the basics, and I'll show this chart here, which is 3D systems. Well, 3D systems has an incredible technology, but they took a huge beating. They went all the way up to 18 just in what was that? In October, and then pulled back very sharply to about 12.5. Well, I identified this right about there as a stock that should go to a C and a D. So we went long, so that people who signed up for the course already are looking at a nice profit because it's gone from the 14.90 level, and today it hit $15, and what was the high? $15.71. And there's that leg D. And then I talked about this channel, and within the channel we've got a technique I call the Chapman wave inside track propellant zone, and that's when you get to the bottom of this right here. That's whenever the price comes in, it propels it back up, and now it's getting into the Chapman wave inside track repellent zone. So if it's able to get into the 16s, it's broken all that resistance. It's taken out the gap. It's already taken out the gap on the left side. So this is, and it's in leg D. So this is so far a very positive chart, and that's the kind of thing that I taught. First of all, we go to, as I say, the naked chart here. Then I showed them the left side, right side price time match, and this took out the left side low, the target level of the low of the 12th of October on DDD systems. And that was at 1560. Today we went to 1571. So it's accomplished all the things that we were talking about. I wanted to do this, but I didn't want to make it look too messy. But I also talk about the cup formation. We spent a lot of time on the cup formation in the webinar, and there's that cup formation. So these are things that people can learn. And then what will happen is at the next webinar, I'll start to include, because you want to go step by step. You can't do too many things at once. Once you get just the core of counting the peaks, etc., we go into the technicals, and in this case, we'll start looking at the MACD and stochastic, and you can see even here on the Dow, on the GE chart, the MACD's pulled back. It's still pretty good. Now stochastic's pulled back, but it's still at 84%. So those are the things we'll be looking at. It's very thorough. And I've had questions. I've answered questions. I was surprised the very first night when we finished, I started getting some emails from people saying, is this a peak D? And someone had a gold chart and a 3-minute chart, and we looked at it, and it was a peak D. It's really interesting the way. I'll show you something very interesting what happened in the S&P this today. The S&P cash, this is the, let me get it right here. This is the 5-minute chart. And as I say, it's the cash. And what is the objective is to get to the D. Look, here's a D, and then it pulls back. Here's a D. That's an instant restart. It hardly pulls back at all. It continues up. There's a third D. There's a fourth D. And then it went a fifth D. And then it went to a sixth D. So if ever there was the proof of the pudding, this is the technique of getting to the fourth peak. That's what people will study, and they'll be able to use it to their advantage.
And folks, the way you sign up, come over to our website at TFNN. You can see it right on the front page. Simple technical tools to analyze charts, the 3-part course by a man, Mr. Basil Chapman. Basil, thank you so much. Have a great night, safe night. We look forward to the show tomorrow.
Thank you, Tom. Have a great evening.
Thank you. Stay right there, folks. We're coming right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
It's 2016 and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January